you may notice how little damage orb does, and this guy is taking double damage. So we hit him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20 times, and he's only lost 7 stars. Okay, so Chaos Sounds. Let's get out of here, and then we'll see what we want to do. Clairvoyance. That looks nice. Gloves of Theory. There's no real difference between Gloves of Theory and Alchemist Gloves of Theory. And this, we use it because it gives us strength. We need strength far more than we need dexterity. Is it +5? Yeah, well, let's carry them. I can always sell them. There's some objects here. Just a 6. Intelligence capped. We're almost capped. I think I think Portal's probably better than Teleport itself, considering where we need to go. These, they can be both passable and impassable. Passable just means that you can walk over them. Impassable means that you need to dig. They're very easy to dig. There is a difference, or rather, there's the fact that they still block line of sight, so they're still relevant. Ooh, potion of experience. Sight of Fingal. And that is Enlightenment. We'll take that as well. Plus 33, I already move about as fast as Morgoth, so. Okay, and just learn to abuse this spell. Like, pull monsters to you when they get close enough. Boom, destroyed. Oh. When you play Angband, you owe no explanation to anyone. You can do literally whatever you want. So we want to spam a spell, do it. We're 97, need 98. And we're just going to look for uniques. Stairs are there. Portal. Oh, the stairs over here. Looking for 7 or above. See what the level of feeling. Ooh, what was that? Aryan, I don't really want to fight her right now. I don't have immunity to fire. Oh, and that's a big boy. Shield of Finesse, immunity to lightning, and nothing else. I mean, it's got a lot of armor class, but armor class isn't really that important. What does this do? I lost the book. I mean, I was gonna open this door anyway at some point. Just maybe... No, it's such a crude mana. Well, we still see these Scrolls of Darkness. What is it? Rod of Restoration. Oh. Ooh, a Power Dragon Scale Mail. Is he still there? Yes, he's still there. Okay, so first let's kill this, everything that comes. This is very rare and very endgame armor, and it can have bonuses like Dwarven or Off-Speed, but even if it doesn't, it protects from basically everything. So definitely I do prefer objects which have bonuses in stat bonuses. But if you have one object that has no stat bonuses but gives you all the resistances, then you don't really need to look for resistance. You can pick objects based on what stat bonuses they do. And this does Acid, Lightning, Fire, Cold, Poison, Light, Dark Sound, Shards, Chaos, and Disenchantment. Doesn't do Nexus, doesn't do Nether, but if you remember, we have this cloak. And I'll keep it in the house. I may likely wind up using this as my final, in my final build. There is even better than this. There's Dragon Armor artifacts, which are undoubtedly better. We're using a sling. I'm not sure that I need a Rod of Restoration. I've got the spell. And this is just a pick of digging, so I can, or a maul of digging, and I can break all non-artifact daggers. So, don't want to disturb them. I mean, I would like to kill her. I would like to kill Rogrog, the troll, but I'm gonna glyph. He's gonna possibly trample her. No, he just pushed her away. Okay, I'll just orb my way. Shelob is, or Shelob, depending on your choice of pronunciation, is actually a very weak unique. Oh, whatever, I'll use a potion of mana. She is very weak. She does earlier on drain strength, so if you're an early warrior when you first meet her, she's not a great monster to fight, but after that, nothing that you should be scared of. And unfortunately Ungoliant as well, which is supposed to be the one thing that Morgoth was scared of. Is also very weak when it comes to actually doing damage. So we got this flail, cast and disenchantment, nothing. Wisdom, dexterity, speed, immunity to cold, not blessed by the gods. 260 versus evil, not great. Got a bit of brands or slays. Plus 1 attack speed. This I could even it's just jug. Probably leave it on the ground. What the f... Oh. Potion of healing. I forgot there was a really big unique over there waiting for me. Another potion of experience. Let's throw away that. These are useless. Well, maybe they're not. Yeah, I'm low on constitution, not low on dexterity. We only want to see artifact robes. Artifact robes do exist, but they're very rare. Over here, probably best just blink. This guy in... Okay, I'm gonna probe him. I'm gonna probe him and I'll show you what probing does. Maybe I'll use a speed. He's coming. Got the insights. Probing. Okay. That message that you saw is actually the last line of a rather long message. Or maybe not. But now if I look at it, I'll have a lot more information. And at the bottom you'll see you know everything about this monster. So they have a sound breath of 500, chaos, disenchantment, shards. We don't resist sound, we don't resist shards. That will mean that we'll take pretty much the entire damage. There's a little drop off for distance, but 500 in one go is harsh. And we do not have immunity to cold, so even with resistance to cold, if this guy was to breathe on me, we'll take a third of this, a quarter of that, so I could have died over there in just a single move. Now, resist heat and cold. Skata is actually a low level unique. These will put them in straight away without even needing to see what they are, because my boots of speed are plus 10. I do lose some armor points, but these are plus 11, and like in the immortal words of Nigel Tufnell, these go to 11. Okay, let's see if there's anything underneath it. Is that fucking thing still there? Still summoning monsters? Well, drop me a... drop the sight or shite of Fingal. We do not need it. And can we do this? Yes, we can. Look at that. They are not evil, so they do not take double damage. That's one of the draconic cues or demonic cues or whatever they are. They can summon random stuff. So, Master Quiltilug. At this point, I would say very calmly and without using teleport, go see if there's anything else in the other room. Certainly the Power Dragon Skin Mail is what made this level have a feeling of 8. Fairguat. For warding, you never know when you're gonna need it. Lothlorien 4x ESP. Good to carry on because of the ESP. Always good to have additional sources of ESP, and by additional sources I mean in different slots. Okay. So if you use Alter Reality here, you'll generate a brand new level at the same depth. It's only really useful for people to do one specific type of competition. No longer need this guy. Yeah, it does have +1 strength, but no longer need this one. We are keeping it because of the number of resists. Describe this with ESP so we know what it does. And then we have this Mengosh, which does almost no damage, and at this point the only useful thing would be Nether. We can sell it. Let's leave it here for a second. Let's remember what these are. Chaos Disenchantment and 200. This is already branded with lightning from my ring. 324, so no. This can be sold. Wisdom Dexterity. This is a ball and chain, so it doesn't give me any penalties. We'll kind of keep it as a generic middle ground, kind of good for everything. A small brand, a bit of stat boosts, has hold life. We'll keep it on this side. This Great Hammer was doing the same thing. Now we don't need it anymore because we got something that does the same thing better. This is for now our biggest output of damage. Junk, and this is just for the Constitution. So these all can be sold. How much is my? He's gone down. Weaponsmith's gone down to 5,000. In case you missed it in a previous video, the vendor, like Bella the Slender, which is tied to, it's randomly generated, but it's tied to the amount of money they will pay per object, can change in the middle of the game. It's generated randomly in the beginning, but then it can change later on, and sometimes things actually sell for more at the black market. It's kind of pointless knowledge because by the time that you're selling artifacts, you have plenty of money to buy whatever you want. I mean, if you're lucky enough that you get 2 potions of augmentations or 4 potions of experience in the black market, then yeah, you might run out of cash, but not something that's going to happen on a daily basis. So how many, what's the number here? What is our number? Useless. Uldor. Where are we? Ugluk, Kim, Sangayando, Mim, Beorn, Drybor. Drybor needs to die because he can teleport you away from the level while you're actually trying to fight Morgoth. Uldor, not a problem. Lokak, Ulfang, Lorgan. Well, he can summon you to him, so he can move you, and you don't really want that to happen during the Morgoth fight. Otherwise, it should be. If I find him, I'll kill him straight away. Kavlax. Again, let's just hope to find him because he's really easy to kill. Medusa, Uvata, all these are really easy. Gorlim has the bolts, so he needs to die, so at least one. put an Angus in there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, well, the number is way too big. Let's do another run. See what we get this time. The Rask, and he is already awake. What's that? Oh, the speed. So important thing, right? If I do probing on this guy and everyone else that I see, it's not targeted, it's every monster that's inside. And now I know everything about this monster. This knowledge, whatever is written on this page, will stay in this copy of Angband for any character that you play. Not just priests, anyone. The monster knowledge is shared between all of them. Omarax is going to be... Let's cast a heal. Take a potion. We gotta resist heat, so that can go. Of course, he summoned everything, but I don't care. I just want to teleport this guy, then that guy, and then that guy, which I've conveniently decided to be... Oh, I can heal as many times as you want, my guy. Let's zap that teleport. Give him a couple of balls. I mean, don't be stupid like me. Don't fight two uniques at the same time. I'm just really doing it to show off. Because there is nothing to be gained by doing that. Angband has a very big problem which I have asked the maintainer to consider, and it was ignored, which is command queue stacking. So you can press the button too fast and Angband will take two commands to do two separate things before it has finished to do one. So basically you may find yourself in a situation where you've already told the game do this and then also do this other thing, and it will do those without giving you a chance to stop. And that's what happened there with Gothmog. So Gothmog managed to breathe on me because I have told the game to do not one thing but two things. You can't really see this because, well, you're not there, but I compulsively press a button and then press ESC. Press F1 and then press ESC. Shoot a monster, press ESC, 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 ESC. You don't necessarily need to do that. You should just take the time that it takes to play the game one command at a time. Actually, these we can break. Those multi-hued scale mails are actually really bad. They weight a lot. They only have the five basic resists. So fire, cold, acid, lightning, and then poison. And they do a random elemental breath. That's it. They wait a lot. They must have been, you know, something that's been left behind from an old version of Angband where that was considered powerful, but they are not powerful. I think I've spent too much time in this dungeon level. Kill Itangast. He is very easy to kill. Not artifacts. Go quickly see these things. There's a Master Mystic. I move at much faster speed than him. So it's not going to be a problem for me to teleport them. Oh, mistake-o. Cool. Well, I'll leave this one for the next video, because otherwise the video, just a single video, is gonna be too long. Might as well just upload 2 of them. Right, well, it seems I actually have not explained myself well at all. I was watching back the previous video. Command Q stacking is where you're pressing, you keep the button pressed, so you're pressing a button very often, and each button is a command. But it takes the game a fraction of a second to do that command. And if you're pressing too many of them, then it says, okay, well, I'll do these next 5 commands that you put in, just give me the time. It's supposed to disturb, so break that command chain, but it doesn't if you act fast enough. On automatic command, yes it does, but on commands that you have inputted there, no it doesn't. So I was looking at the video trying to figure out if I press the S button too many times. There was also an additional clack from the ESC button. I'm not really sure which one it is. I do not know if that is a perfect representation of that problem. But I would rather not be in a position where I can show you what that problem is, because that problem kills you. So maybe I will do a test. Maybe I'll be more careful when I... How many demons are here? Obviously a lot of them. And immunity to fire is by far the best immunity that there is. So power, banishment. It would be really nice to find a good source of melee damage. There's Gothmog again, because it would make this all a lot easier and faster. I don't need this because I actually have that spell. I have the advanced remove curse a spell as a priest. We already have one of these. Still won't have a level feeling. PD glyph. Resist heat, just in case that guy makes it around the corner. He does. Kind of might. This might be better because of the +2 constitution. After all, another advice that in rare occasion has been useful is if you're digging somewhere and you're digging a long corridor and the entrance to the corridor is about to go off the map, do that. That way monsters don't have a line of sight to you. Have I probed this guy? No. Probing. I think he has teleport away. That's possibly his most dangerous ability. Because same reasoning as we said dozens of times, he can get you. He can send you to a room where there's a lot of bad enemies. These are not bad, actually. I'll take them. They're pretty solid item. So they're cesty, and they do not give a free action. If you're a priest, you can use them. If you're a mage or a ranger, no. They will have a +1 or +2 to strength and constitution, and they have a damage bonus that can go all the way to +11. They aggravate. That means that they anger monsters, that wake them up, and so on. However, the stats are rolled randomly. In this case, they have the maximum strength, the maximum constitution, and the maximum damage. If we're going to go melee with this character, having a +11 damage is really not bad. Vecna can wait. I want to do a rune trap for him. That's Smaug, or Smog, the famous dragon from Lord of the Rings. Very weak dragon. Cavalax is weird because he is the weakest one when it comes to actual hit points, but he has these attacks with multiple different elements like Nexus or Chaos, and when you find them, you have had no chance to have those resists. Those are resists that you find much later on. Big ring of speed, good. I can see a maze of disruption. Let me see what that is. Alright, so let's do that. Then we go. Scale mail craftsmanship. I don't think anyone in the Angband community can answer what a craftsmanship does. We used to think it's lighter, but it's not. Oh, I can carry all the stuff. And those look pretty solid. I want to see what they are. Resist fire, always good to carry it. 1 extra point of dexterity. Nothing? Okay. Alright, good enough. Go back up. See what we found. We found +6 constitution, 2 strength, poison branding, slay evil on 5d8, and we can increase that to +15. So our damage will be 364, but actually, let me just calmly slaughter some citizens. H, whole infusions. D, let me briefly drop this Amar Silder. HD. You can continue doing this as long as you want. I'm basically just casting over and over the same spell. And you know what my fail rate is. 27%, and that's fine, it's failing that much. And even if I succeed, the item has to roll first against the actual value that's right there, because the maximum is 15, and the closer you are, the least likely. But then it has an additional saving throw because it's an artifact. So artifacts are both harder to disenchant, but also to enchant. We got it to +15. And 386. This is a solid weapon to carry around that could potentially replace this one. The extra speed is fantastic. I don't think it's going to go anywhere, but and we also have this great hammer, +4 constitution, +4 wisdom. Should I mean, this one we just seen as +6. So that also makes this other thing here redundant. P-conf, +2 speed. Well, let's keep it. I'll tell you what, the house is not packed as of yet. And we have this Iron Crown of Might. This has +3 constitution, so let's leave it like that. The real advantage of the Crown of Might is not the bonuses, is the sustains. It sustains all of the physical stats, strength, dexterity, and constitution. So when you get to melee Morgoth, you do not lose any of those. You can continue fighting. I do need sustained wisdom if I'm going to melee him, but I think I already have that. I have it from B, from slot B, which is the sling. And let's get rid of some of this extra weight. Okay, that's enough for this one. The rest is going to be more of the same. Just go looking for uniques, bonk them over the head.